going on, amazing people? It's your girl Nash, and I'm back with another video. You guys, I went to a Moo-Moo's margarita party and I made some treats, and now it's time to clean up. Okay, this is the part of the treat making that I don't like. Okay, it's cleaning up the mess. Okay, so while I'm cleaning up, I said, well, let me do a YouTube video on beginner treat making tips. Okay, so just listen to me while I clean up. So I guess you could say I'm a beginner treat maker. I used to make treats years ago. I used to make cakes, cookies, all that stuff years ago. I'm getting back into it, this time more advanced. I've done Cakesicles, chocolate covered pretzels, like all kind of stuff that I wasn't doing before, and I'm loving it. So yes, I would still consider myself a beginner treat maker because there's so many things that I'm learning, so many things that I have to learn. Like, I do research on a lot of stuff. So let's just get into cleaning this damn kitchen table because I'm tired of looking at it. Okay, let's go. So for the first beginner treat making tip that I'm going to give you guys is practice, practice, practice. Okay, y'all, how do I put this? I spend a lot of time practicing. I spend a lot of time practicing, and I mean, it is what it is. The more I'm doing this like it's wet. The more you practice, literally, the better you get. Simple as that. The first time you make treats, they may or may not be perfect. Mine's were somewhat okay. When I got back into it, they were good. Okay. Also, in practicing, you use that as content, okay? Post on TikTok, you post on Facebook, you post on your Instagram, whatever, okay? People like to see the journey. Don't wait till you get an order to start practicing on something. I mean, you can, but what if you really don't know how to do it properly and you mess up and these people don't pay for their stuff? Now you're looking crazy and you look like a scammer. So practice at home, okay? I've been currently practicing graduation treats. I did put out a flyer saying that I'm open for graduation treats, but if I don't get an order, it's perfectly fine. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do. I'm still gonna practice. I'm still gonna make it happen, okay? Okay, for the second beginner treat making tip. Alrighty then. For the second beginner treat making tip is be prepared to spend money up front. This hobby or thing, treat making, is not inexpensive. Like, you're gonna spend money. And I mean, from Rice Krispie treats to Oreos, okay, to color, to molds, y'all. I'm telling you, when you practicing, like, look, molds, 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 molds. This stuff is not cheap, so stay within your budget if you can't do it. Color mill is expensive. There are other alternative oil-based coloring, food coloring, oil-based coloring. I don't think you don't have to get color milk because this was expensive, like, for real. But I could spare a little sunshine, so I got the color milk. At first, I got stuff from Amazon. I got some oil-based from Amazon, and I was cool with it. But I'm like, I really want to see how color mill work because people saying is it. You know, it's her. So I got some color mill. Even down to the chocolate. Like, when you practicing, this pack of almond bark is for something like $4.98, $5. This one pack, $5. Okay. Yes. This was $6, I think, when Walmart didn't have enough almond bark I had to get Ghirardelli and mix it. Usually I don't, but I heard when you mix the two, it's good. So I tried it and it was good. They said they loved it. And yeah, so it's an expensive thing to do. If you guys buy your supplies over time, please do so. And it's okay. Don't rush. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just stay within your budget. Don't go broke doing this, okay? The third tip as a beginner treat maker is, look, I don't care. To all the chocolate police out there, relax, okay? A lot of people use almond bark to dip their treats in, okay? If you prefer chocolate, and they say this ain't even real chocolate, this is still compound chocolate. Whatever you use, whatever you decide to use, that's on you. Make the best of it. Don't listen to what nobody else can say. If you can't afford the high-end chocolate, because in reality, the more expensive the chocolate is, the higher you have to price your product to make a profit, then I hope you're making a profit, okay? So you can use almond bark. If somebody say, ew, mind your business, they're not your target audience. Tell them to go to hell. Literally, you can use the almond bark if you want to. You can use Ghirardelli if you want to. I think it's like Merkin's chocolate. So yeah, do your own research and figure out what you want to use and then use that. Okay, don't let nobody persuade you to use something else if you want to use almond bark. Okay, no, it's not real almonds. This is vanilla candy coated. Some people literally use the candy melts. Wilton, well, there's more than one brand at Wilton. Candy melts, people use that. It is what it is, okay? Okay, y'all, so, oh shit. Y'all, why ain't telling me my hair was sticking out? Anyways, so for the fourth beginner treat making tip is parchment paper, okay? The one I just ran out of. Or silicone mats. You must have, okay? Now, you can get silicone mats all you want to, but when you're chopping up your chocolate, just know it's a possibility you're going to cut your mat. I know this because I've cut up 2 mats, okay? 2 mats that I bought from Hobby Lobby, they're trash. So, I use parchment paper for certain things and silicone mats for other things, okay? Also, parchment paper you can easily just throw away, and silicone mat, you know, you gotta wash it. So just be mindful on what you want to do. If you feel like washing a whole bunch of stuff, then that's on you. I'm just letting you know. You can get a silicone mat or parchment paper. For the 5th tip of being a beginner treat maker, I'm gonna let you know right now, prepping is important. Even now, as a beginner treat maker, I want to work on different themes. So one of the themes that I was working on, because I do want to take orders eventually one day, is baby shower thing. So I bought me a box. I think it's called a bento box. I think so, I'm not sure. But I bought me one of these boxes, and it has different sections in it. And I went ahead and pre-made some girl baby shower molds because I do want to practice. Everybody, I mean, somebody is always having a baby. So why don't I explore my talents in making baby shower molds or gender reveal molds? That way, you know, I have the content and I know I can do it, and people can see, oh, she does, you know, treats for this type of theme. She knows what she's doing. She's been practicing. I've been seeing her content. Let me book her. And also, when you have an order, it is so much better to prep in advance, because the day of, you do not want to be dipping and making molds at the same time, okay? Especially if you are limited in molds, you are constantly back and forth to the freezer, okay? it's a process and it takes a long time, and you can just eliminate that by literally taking one day to prep your molds, and then the next day your molds are already done, and then now you're dipping and then you're ready to decorate, literally. Okay, so prepping your molds in advance is a must. I do want to give a bonus tip, y'all. For the bonus tip, I will say post all of your content, okay? And I'm saying this, I know I kind of said this earlier, but I went to Hobby Lobby and I stacked up on so many different items. Y'all supposed to be cleaning up. I stacked up on so many different items, and I bought the coloring from Hobby Lobby, right? Not knowing that the coloring from Hobby Lobby is water-based. Water-based full coloring and chocolate do not mix. And let me tell you how I know that. Because I made a post on TikTok and the people saw the stuff that I bought and they was like, do not use that. If I had not posted that video on what I got from Hobby Lobby, I would have been using the water-based oil. I would have been using the water-based coloring, not knowing why my chocolate is not coming out right. I would have been devastated and still not knowing why. Yeah. So, with that being said, post your questions on TikTok, social media. I would prefer TikTok because it's more fast-paced, and like Instagram, you know, Facebook, like the vibes is different on TikTok. Okay, so if you don't have a TikTok, get a TikTok. And these are my sprinkles. So yeah, post your questions, post whatever you need to post on TikTok to get yourself out there, to gain your following, to put your stuff out there, because you never know. Oh, and also another thing, if I had not posted, y'all know the crinkly paper that people usually put in the treat box. Do I have any right here? In the treat boxes, just for filler, right? People either use the crinkly paper or they use marshmallows. If I had not posted, y'all supposed to be cleaning. If I had not posted a picture of one of my treat boxes with the crinkly paper in it, I would not have known that crinkly paper is not food safe. And in the factories, all that crinkly, nice looking paper be all on the floor, like unsanitary. So, with that being said, post on TikTok, share your journey, okay? We love to see it, okay? We love to see people go from not knowing what the hell they doing to knowing what they doing. And of course, create a YouTube channel, okay? I love to see people's journeys on YouTube, okay? I love it, love it, love it. I recommend anybody getting a YouTube channel. But yeah, obviously I'm not getting my cleaning done quick enough. So, that was my 5 tips and a bonus on beginner treat making tips. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up because I'm getting sick and tired looking at it. Gotta wash these dishes, clear this table off, put stuff back where it belongs. So, at the end of the day, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel.